Okay, here's the story
Wait, you're uploading it
about
on my
bear
channel?
and no, on my bear and the bird. Which one is the bear? Where's the bird? And where's the bird? Bear. Okay, what do you think will happen in this story? Hmm? Beautiful story, see? One spring evening, as Bear walked through a high meadow towards the wood, she was stopped by a sound. A small voice was crying in the tall grass nearby. Help! It cried. Help! Whose voice was it, you think?
Probably the birds.
Yeah, where's the bird? Yeah, as what was the bear doing? Bear was walking through the high meadow. Bear padded into the tall grass and looked down. Between her front paws lay the bird. Bird was very young. How was the bird?
Very young.
What does that mean? Very little, right? He still had patches of downy fluff. He was trembling. I'm learning to fly, said Bird, but I became dizzy and fell. Please help me. Bear sat down and looked at Bird. She thought for a long time. Then she pushed one big paw forward. Bird flapped his wings and hopped onto her paw. See, like this, right? And hopped onto her paw. Then he hopped from her paw to her shoulder. Bear stood and started off again towards the wood. When she reached at the edge of the wood, she stopped by a tree and reared onto her hind legs. She reached one big paw up to a branch. Bird hopped from her shoulder to the branch. Now, where was the bird? On the branch. See, she slowly got the bird on the back on the branch where she wanted to be. There, rumbled Bear. Now you will be safe. She dropped back onto all fours and started off into the woods. What does all fours mean here? She dropped back into all fours. Her four legs. She dropped back onto all fours, right? She was standing here. She was not using all fours. But she was standing up, right? You know,
Yeah.
bears can do that. Thank you, Bird said after her. Who are you? I am Bear, grunted Bear, and she disappeared into the woods. Each day that summer, Bear came to the meadow. Each day that summer, Bird flew down to greet Bear. A bird could now fly well. Together, bear and bird looked for berries. Together, they ate them. Each summer evening, bird flew into the trees to sleep. Each summer evening, bear walked back into the woods. Summer was ending. Each evening, the sun set earlier. Each morning was cooler than the one before because summer was ending. So, what happens when summer ends? The mornings will get more colder, right? In the summer, the mornings are more warm, right?
Warm, yeah.
They get warmer. So when summer was ending, each morning was cooler than the one before. One crisp morning. What kind of morning?
Crisp.
Is that a nice way to say, right? Bird flew into the woods to meet Bear. Do not go into the meadow, Bear, said Bird. I flew over it this morning and saw hunters walking there. The meadow is not safe for you today. Bear sat down and thought. You are right, Bird, she grunted. I will stay hidden in the woods today. All that day, Bird kept watch. What does mean kept watch? Kept an eye and looked out, right? Watched out, right? Can you, if I say Ryan kept watch for the delivery man, doesn't mean you went and kept a watch for it. Meaning you watched out to see if the pizza man was coming or something,
But
right?
what did he watch out for?
Hunters. He's trying to protect the bear from hunters. When the hunters left the meadow, he flew back to the bear. Then he said, now the men are gone, he told her. It's safe for you to come out. See, because that, so she helped. I'm glad the men have gone because who are the men? The men were the hunters. What will happen if there's hunters?
And they will eat you.
Yeah, they will hurt the bear, right? They will hunt the bear down. I'm glad the men have gone. Bird was silent. It's not only the men who must go, he chirped. It is time for me to fly south. I will leave tomorrow. Why? Asked Bear. The days are still warm. There are still berries to eat. No, no, cold weather is coming, said the bird. I cannot live through the long, snowy winter. See, so what do the bird do? He flies south. You know what that means? They migrate. Have you heard of birds migrating?
I never heard of that word.
They go from one area to another, Ryan. That's why in the winter you don't see birds here. You know where they have gone? To somewhere where it is warm. They'll come back in the summer. So cold weather is coming. I cannot live. He said. Bear looked at Bird. Then she turned and walked off into the woods. The next morning, Bear felt lonely without who?
Bird.
Hmm. Soon, freezing rain fell on the meadow. Bear ate as much as she could. She grew fat and heavy. Bear padded deeper into the woods. She made a den for herself in a warm, dry cave. Then she curled up and fell asleep. All winter long, the snows drifted deep. All winter long, cold winds blew. Bear grunted in her sleep. She dreamed of sunshine and warm berries and summer meadow. She dreamed of Bird too. Far away, this is Bird in the snow, in the south. This is the bear in the
What?
in the
Snow.
winter. But how come bird has a good thing? Because bird flew away. He did not want to stay in the winter region, right? Far away in the south, bird flew over warm fields. He pecked at seeds and nuts. He drank clear water and grew strong. At night he roasted in trees. He dreamed of dark, cool woods and northern hills and berries. He dreamed of bear too. Mm-mm. The long winter passed. Now snow melted and dripped from trees and rocks. Remember when it snowed here and then after some days it melted, right?
But he's lucky. He's in snow. That's good.
Yeah, but
It's
bird
fun.
cannot be in snow. Bear is made for
Why
being.
can't bird?
Birds cannot be in snow.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the air grew softer and warmed the earth. Bear woke up from her winter sleep. She left her den and walked to the meadow. High above, Bear heard singing. She looked up and saw
A
Bird.
bird.
Bird, grunted Bear. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy you came back. I am happy to see you too,
I'm
Bear.
glad you came back. It
Oh.
is.
I'm glad you came back.
It doesn't
For
matter.
3 long summers, Bear and Bird shared the meadow. They ate berries, they drank water, they drowsed together in the warm sunshine. Bird showed Bear where to find the ripest berries. Bear showed Bird the secret, quiet places in the woods. They were happy. As their third summer drew to close, Bear grew stiff. Oh, the bear is getting old now. She could not run as easily as she did before. She could not see as clearly nor sniff the breeze as keenly. What is the matter, Bear? It is nothing, grunted Bear. I am just old. I have seen 27 long summers. I have slept through 27 cold winters. The sun shines as brightly now as it did when I was younger, but it does not warm me. That autumn, Bird stayed with Bear as long as he could. One cold evening, he knew he must fly south the next day. He flew down to Bear to say goodbye. He saw that her paws were trembling. I know you must leave, Bird, grunted Bear softly, but I wish you did not have to go. I will miss you. I will miss you too, Bear, but I will fly north again. It's only until spring. Yes, said Bear sadly, only until spring. Then she slowly walked back into the woods. Early the next spring, even before all the snow had melted, the bird flew north. He flew to the meadow and perched on the branch. A bear, he sang. It's spring, I am back. But do you think the bear is there? No, the bear had died, I think. There was no answer. Perhaps bear isn't awake yet. She thought it. After all, it's still very early spring. I will see her tomorrow. But the bird did not see the bear the next day, or the next day, or the next day. The days stretched into weeks, and there was still no sign of the bear.
Bear.
One rainy morning in the late spring, Bird sat hunched on a dripping tree branch. He was sad. I should never have left Bear last autumn, he said. If I stayed, we would be together. We would be happy. Then Bird saw sight of a big shaggy animal down at the far end of the meadow. Bird soared into the air and flew quickly to the animal. Bear, 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 he sang as he landed on a rock. That the big shaggy animal turned and looked at Bird. It was a bear. But it was a young bear. It was not Bird's friend. It blinked at Bird. Who are you? The young bear growled. Why are you making so much noise? I am Bird, said Bird unhappily. I thought you were a friend of mine. The young bear grunted and sat down on his haunches. He thought for a long time. Oh, he said, now I know who you are. You were the special friend of my grandmother. She told me how you rescued her when you were just a fledgling you were just a fledgling learning to fly. She told me she never had a better friend. Yes. So now this is the grandkid of that bear. So they become friends and they're happy and they become the new friends. Did you like this story?
It was good.
What was the story? Tell me.
So the bird was getting
How did the
caught
story
by
start?
So the bird was calling out help, and then
Yeah.
that's when the bear found the bird, and then they were friends.
Yeah.
And
then every winter, what would the bird do? The bird would fly south because
yeah,
the
and
bird,
then
and then come back and meet,
and
and
then
then
come
go
back,
back.
and
So they
then go back.
3 years they did like that. But then after that, it had been the bear said, "I'm old now. It's 27 years I've lived. And then one winter the bird goes, and when he comes back, he doesn't find the
Bear, and then he
bear.
finds a new
He
bear.
finds a new bear. He thinks that new bear is his friend, but the new bear says, I'm not the same person, but I'm my grandmother. You were friends with my grandmother. But now you can be friends with me. And my grandmother told me all the stories about
So
you.
yeah, so basically he wants a bear friend.
Yeah, and this is the story of the bird and the
Bear.
bear. Nice story.
So can I get the pack?